Hi, Sagittarius. This is the second time I've done this reading, and there's something really powerful going on and a message wanting to get to you about time. I can tell you that there really is. Um, so underneath the deck, Sagittarius, let's get into it because we have opportunity and change and romance and connection with the Page of Wands. So this is kind of you taking it could be a different approach to relationships, definitely a different road. It can be about a new way of doing things for me, um, a new way of moving through relationships, perhaps, but especially it being here with a ram. I really feel like your actions themselves are going to be different. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so the whole gist of the message is you saying no. And I have asked this question in so many different ways, Sagittarius. I really have, and I do feel like it has something to do with time. And, that can be you taking your time. You're definitely not being impulsive. And it's really interesting because the Page of Wands is looking towards the past. And I really feel like when it comes to connection and people, you are definitely doing things differently. And in a way that's probably newer to you than it has been in the past, quite honestly. And maybe even fun, because the Page of Wands is fun. This is where this is leading you, right? Um, there's definitely new directions showing up here. What you're saying no to is the Seven of Pentacles. You're not going to wait, period. I'm not going to, and especially when it comes to investment, right? I'm not going to invest myself into people or into projects or into things and then it doesn't go anywhere. You're being very cautious now, or wary, I would say, when it comes to investment. Very mindful when it comes to investment and knowing when to say no, especially because if it's Seven of Pentacles, it kind of says, you know, it only gets so far. That's the gist of that message. Why. So why the Seven of Pentacles? Yeah, because the Tower reversed. Getting involved, and that can be getting involved with people or even yourself, because I saw it in the extended, but just waiting for something to change, that's not going to. That's not going to. Yeah. Three of Wands and the King of Pentacles, like, because you're in a good place and the best decision you can make is to move on with your life. So whatever is kind of at a standstill, Sag, or wherever you're looking for change to come in and it hasn't, you're supposed to say no to that. No, I will not wait. No, will not wait for it to change. And it could also be like people in your life insistent on doing things one particular way that they won't even try another way. But I kind of feel like it's very possible this has to do with romantic relationships. Even though there's no cups here, this is about you learning something, and the universe doesn't want that. They want you to let the tower come down, right? They do. They do, because you can't push against the tower. You really can't, because what winds up is you're just staying still and nothing is happening. And it's time for you, how this helps you is the King of Wands and the Knight of Cups. This is why I think that this has to do with romantic connections. Not for everyone, but it's time for a new vision, okay? We can't just stay in the same energy and wait for things to change or wait for them to move. No, we can't do that. It's time for a new vision. And if that new vision can't be with this person, then maybe it's with someone else. And this will actually bring more passion and more Knight of Cups energy. More romance, more excitement. Take charge and action. It's hard for you to do this, whatever this is. For some, maybe this is a big talk, right? You're challenging what isn't changing and trying to bring forth something new. And it could be people pushing against it, but you're not supposed to wait for that to happen. And that's really the point. The Magician's here. We can't wait. Like, things aren't going to just magically get better. We have to either make them get better or do something else. And this is all about the do something else. And maybe that action is difficult, is hard, because you've got to be the one doing it. Now, compassion, this is about you not getting caught up in the conflict, right? The conflict aspect. This is not a fight. You are supposed to have compassion for the situation, for the other person, and really take this as possibly a lesson in growth. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. The Hangman, more Virgo. Maybe the lesson is about letting go. It's about sacrifice. It's about new perspectives. And really, I do think it's a lot about the ways in which we get stuck because we don't want to change. And yeah. And specifically, if you're waiting for change, you'll sit there waiting forever. You have to do something. You have to do something. So let's take a look and see what this miracle might be. What is the miracle that Sagittarius can expect if they do this? Oh, the Hermit. An answer will be provided to you. And there's a Sith. Okay. I feel like you're making room. Oh boy. 10 of Swords. What is this miracle? I think it's really about, the miracle really is, and you like, the more you reflect on it, the more you will see. This is a lesson about holding on to things because you love people. Like, when we love people, often we will let, I don't want to say let them hurt us, but in a way, it's like the judgment reversed is the more you put off making a decision, right? Or not, judgment is truth. It is a decision. It is also moving on from something, right? And it feels like because there is love here, there is almost like that can't be an excuse to not make a decision on something that keeps hurting you, basically. And you're figuring that out. And I don't know if maybe the no helps you. Remember that no is a complete sentence. What else do we need to know before we... Okay. So, the Chariot, the Five of Wands, the Three of Cups. Oh. So, I feel... Okay, justice is being done here. I mean, you're getting victory, but it's victory after the fire, right? Five of Wands. There seems to be some sort of weeding out, too. It's kind of like the victory lies in the conflict. So something about the conflict is revealing joy, is revealing support for you. I mean, so it's bringing in truth. Page of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Interesting. Ace of Swords. So there's a lot of information coming too, which is going to be like really tell you what you need to do. And it's reliable information. There's a Page of Swords bringing you information. And you can trust it because it's the truth. And it's really going to help you to make a decision here about your future. Oh boy. Okay. So let's see if there's any parting advice from your spirit guides. I don't know why that they think it's funny. But I just keep hearing a guide. I don't know even, maybe it's one of mine, yours, who knows. But repeating no is a complete sentence, and then there's some sort of giggle on the end. Okay, so any more advice? Oh, they think it's funny because it's one word. Okay, whatever. Someone's got an English teacher watching over or something. Spirit has your back. Like, change is supported here for you because this is a 5, right? And we know 5s are change. Use your mind wisely. Lay a solid foundation. Make wise moves based on where you want to be. Interesting. So if this is about relationships, the moves you make now will really reflect the person that you want to be in a relationship that is successful. Because Camelon, they become that thing. So you are supposed to become that thing. Okie dokie. So that's what I have for you. I hope it really helps. Toodles.